Hej. Ja. Nej. Och så skulle man säga så här. Ja, då jag kan inte. Nej, jag skulle upp landet. En gång som det är. Men fick han komma. Det skulle vara. Ja, då kan jag också. Ja, vad kan jag det? Ja, vi kör om.
Someone comes, they will come.
Sen blir det bra. Det löser sig.
Ja, välkomna. Det skulle ha varit några fler, men man vet inte. Det kan ju alltid hända saker på gårdar. Men kommer de så kommer de. Kent Palmet, ja. Jag är juvelit då. Som marknadsför Topros produkter plus juvelit spelspray i Sverige då. Och vi har hållit på sedan 80 typ. Gjort. Och det är väl inget mer än så. Hälsa Jack välkommen. Han är från Holland då, representerar Formula och Topro varumärket då. Med princip allting som man använder på ett lantbruk.
Ja.
Så det. Ja, welcome Jack.
Okej. Du kör en kaffe, halvtid och sen kör vi middag för de som vill.
Ja, precis.
Okay. Kåldolmare middag. Ja.
Okay. Well, welcome. I do my presentation in English. I hope you can understand. My English is not very complicated, so if not, then something is not clear. Then ask Kent.
Fundera något så hojta till så fortsätta reda ut vad
Yeah. Good. Thank you, Jubileet, Kent and Peter for inviting me here to talk about lifetime extension. So the main topic is how we can keep our milking cows longer on the farm. Now this is a presentation, I think, 45 minutes, where I will discuss what we think the main topics, and also what we can do about it. We of course dairy farming, keeping the cows from young to old. It's a long way, and many can go wrong. So in that sense, it's a lot to discuss, but I will discuss today the highlights, what I think are the highlights. Okay, let's continue. Good, my name is Jack. About me, from the Netherlands. 20 years I worked for in export business of a milk replacer. So I traveled a lot, and that gave me also the opportunity to see a lot of dairy farms all over the world. Cow signal trainer since 2017 for Formula. That's me, and I think I'm born on a farm. That time quite big when I was young. My father had already a modern dairy farm of 140 cows in the Netherlands. So that was in that time quite big, yeah, quite big farm. That about me. About cows. I like cows, and this is for me a very beautiful cow. So, but I'm also look to cows. Yeah, to see what is wrong. The cows can tell us a lot. So actually, my first question to you is. This cow say, I'm a risk cow, but what kind of risk we see in this cow? And so maybe a question for you. There are very smart people. They say this is a illegal cow because it don't have ear tags. That's not a risk. I can tell you. Maybe I think you are experts.
Pasture.
The pasture. Less grass.
Just a leak inside.
Yeah, maybe. But this cow shows for me one big risk. And maybe the lady see this.
Maybe it looks to be a high lactation cow, and everything about high lactation is a risk, of course.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it can be. I don't know. The cow looks very healthy, yeah, because the coat is shining. Eh? The shining coat shows often that that's a healthy cow. But the main risk for me is here. This is the risk. The rumen is empty. Too empty. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but okay. It's directly, yeah, but I don't know. Eh? So if the rest of the cows have the same, then I know all the cows, there's too less grass. But if this is the only cow, which shows an empty stomach, yeah, then I have to think, why is it? Why this cow looks good, why it has an empty stomach? So that's the way how we look to cows, of how I look to cows. And of course, there are much more risk. So for example, high body condition score, subclinical for calcium, for milk fever, subclinical for ketosis. All the cows are subclinical for milk fever. All the cows. And all the cows are subclinical for ketosis. But they do not show the signs. But they are there, they eat, but it's suboptimal. They can do better. Also high risk, somatic cell counts. Nowadays we have robots. They easily can detect somatic cell counts. All risk cows. And when you have a risk, then there is also a chance that the cow will leave the farm. When it becomes sick, then it leaves the farm. Good. We have to be aware of that, all this risk. We want to focus on lifetime. Big example is Peter. Yes, on your arm, you have the +2. Our goal of the company is we want to keep the cows +2 extra lactations on the farm. So that's when you talk with farmers, they say that's a long road. But if you start with 1 lactation, you also make a big win, and that's also a big step. So in this presentation, I will try to guide you. What is my idea how to reach that goal? How we can go to this +2 lactations. Good. What we need, this is what we discussed. We want more lactations, more preventive treatment. That's a must. If you know that the cow has a risk, that it has a risk for ketosis, a risk for milk fever, yeah, what is the most easy treatment? Do a preventive treatment. If you know that cow has a risk, prevent prophylactic. The benefit of that is we use less antibiotic. Now, if the cows live longer, then it's less replacement, so less young stock needed. And then there's already a big win, that you need less young stock for the same amount of milk. Finally, it's more brings the farmer more income. It's good for the pocket. Okay, I make a calculation for you to have any idea what the benefit is, and I make a calculation based on a farm with 100 cows, 10,000 liter milk per cow. They have now 3 lactations. The rearing cost is 2,000 euro. I calculate in euros.
What's rearing?
Rearing is
Come.
yeah from zero from born calf to heifer. That's rearing. And this is the milk saldo. So it's milk price minus feeding cost. Just an assumption. And if you say, okay, I need other numbers, you can do that. These are my numbers for now. So about a question. First, what do you think? What do you think if we, for this farm, if we have 1 extra lactation? How much money that will bring every year to the farm?
In total, for the farmer.
And totally, yeah. Any idea? No. Johan, What was? Of Hendrik. Hendrik. What do you think? Plus minus.
There's more. €200,000.
200,000 euro. Oh, crown.
Crown.
200,000 crown. It's around 20,000 euro.
Yeah.
Okay. Difficult.
Yes.
But
I think quite more.
I think Hendrik, you were quite close. For me, it's not the exact amount of money, but that you have some idea in which direction it is. Good. I did a calculation for you, more or less, and you see this is the calculation with 1. So you go from 3 to 4 lactations. Now a lot of numbers. This is the old situation, new situation with from 3 to 4, and you see 20,000 euro around it. Yeah, so that is a good estimation. But there's an extra if you can, because you have less young stock, because you have here 10 heifers less every year, so you can have extra place, extra feed, so you can keep 7 cows extra. So with the same feed, you can have 7 cows extra. So you go from 100 to 107, and then you go to almost 30,000. So it was a very good calculation. And yeah, of course, the you save money with less rearing. If you do nothing, you save on less rearing cost. So that's the That's the money what you earn every year. Not bad, eh? And it comes every year back. That's now this is the calculation if you go from +2, yeah, and you see it goes from 30,000 to 40,000. So then you also see that the first year, from 3 to 4 is more beneficial than from 4 to 5. So the first step is the most important. Where we can make a big win.
A question.
Yeah.
You calculate with a higher milk yield as well?
I come back on that.
Yes.
Yeah, I come back on that later. According me, the big win, where to focus on when we want to make the step for extra lactation is the young calves, calf rearing, and then here is awareness that we know about metabolic programming. That's metabolic programming. I explain later what it is. So that's the first win, and I believe if we do calf rearing correct, then we have already +1 lactation. That's my belief. So for me, so important is calf rearing. Very important. The second one is a transition of the transition diseases. Then if we can reduce transition diseases like milk fever, ketosis. Now displays are amazing. They are there. So if you can reduce them by mainly prophylactic, preventive treatments, then we make also a very big step. And awareness of the subclinical cases. So the cows, they are there. You don't see that something wrong, but they perform suboptimal. Often transition diseases, that's the gateway for replacements. So that's the door to the slaughterhouse. Okay. Coming back on Kent's question. So again, it's a revised calculation of mine. So when you come to extra one lactation, so we see that this by better calf rearing, so 20,000 euros. Better management on transitions, it's just an estimation. I believe that we can have a plus of 500 liter multiplied by 20. That gives you an extra 10,000. Also less veterinarian costs because the health of your whole cattle, all the animals will be better. It also saves you 50% reduction of veterinarian costs. So my best estimation of one extra lactation for a 100 cow dairy farm is every year a plus of 35,000 euro. So that's how many Swedish crown is it, Peter? You good?
Times 10 roughly.
Yeah. So 350,000 Swedish crowns every year. But for me, the exact number is not that important. But for me, it's you should remember that that's a lot of money. And if this is 20,000 or 25 or 40, that's also a lot of money. So there's a lot of money involved when we don't forget also the extra pleasure and the extra joy the farmer has when he works with healthier animals. That's also a big benefit. Good. We continue. Focus on calves. So I told you already, when you do good calf rearing, you can have a plus of 1 lactation. So the goals of good calf rearing, and calf rearing starts already with the embryo, when the calf is prenatal. So then it's actually about feeding of the dry cow, and feeding of dry cow is, yeah, of course, it should be a good basic feed, but also take care of sufficient vitamins, trace elements. I think also vaccination of the dry cow is already important, because it prevents the calf. It makes the antibodies already for the young calf. So we can do a lot. There's also a lot of science. There's a lot of investigation about this. That there's really a relation between the embryo in the first period of life and the future performance of the cow. And so there is a lot of study about that. The second thing, of course, you know, colostrum. Everybody knows. Everybody knows, but I can tell it 10 times, 100 times. For me, this is colostrum management is very, very important. So every calf should have within an hour 3-4 liter checked colostrum and good quality hygiene, and this should be with the bricks higher than 22. We all know the bricks, the refractometer. Yeah. So for me, it should be higher than 22, 3-4 liter, depends on the body. So in totally, the calf should have the first day 6 liter checked colostrum. It's a must. And if the calf does not drink, just make the tube feeding, that the colostrum will be there. Yeah, we do all this. Good, very good.
When you give the milk the second time on the first day, and you have the first milk, and bricks is under 22. If you give them 3 to 4 liter first, and you give him the second time on the day, can you go down there? You should have 22 both time.
No. When it's then you should give the calf when you feed it later. The first few hours are the most important. So if you feed later on, then the antibodies cannot go anymore in the blood. The best thing to do is if you measure bricks too low, you can say, okay, this I do not use. I take good quality from the fridge and prepare that for the calf. That is also what we do. Most of a lot of farms have it in the fridge. They have colostrum. If you don't have, you can enrich. There's colostrum powder, so you can add IgGs, antibodies, into the colostrum, so that you have higher antibody level. That's also possible.
Så tarmen är ju väldigt genomsläppt de första timmarna där. Det är
Somebody do it here? That the other people, they put colostrum powder into the, no. It's a good, it's a possibility. Yeah. There are companies, they say, I only want to feed, or farms, they say, I only want to feed milk higher than 25 bricks to my cows. Some farmers do that. I think it's a little bit high, but okay. The more, in this case, the more antibodies, the better. So if you have this quality, very good. Do that. Yeah. Now we come to the program of metabolic programming. Here, that's actually the milk period, and I want to have an average daily gain of over 850 grams every day. The more, the better. If you can go to 1,000 or 1,200, it's better. Other farms, you weigh the calves. You do it on the farm.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Now it's good to know. For me, it's good to know that you should know how are my calves growing, how fast they are growing. If they are below 850 grams, then you then you actually should think, okay, but what I can do to increase that. Why this is important? Because there is a direct relation between the growth of the young calf in the milk period and the future milk production. So you can find a lot of studies who prove it. So that's the reason, that I say, okay, try to grow your calves above at least 850 grams every day, average daily gain, not 1 or 2 weeks in the whole milk period. Yeah. What is? You have any idea what is the growth of your calves on the farm?
1,000 grams. 1,000.
1,000. Yeah, very good. Yeah. How you do that?
Whole milk.
Whole milk.
No powder.
And how many liters per day?
8.
8 liters per day. Okay.
5 pound, 5.6 fat in it.
Yeah. Okay. That's very good. Yeah. No, but that's good. When you do that, then this type of calves, they will develop themselves better. They will grow fast. They will have a better immune system development, better organ development, and another benefit. You can let them calving the first time earlier, so you can calve them. They calve on 23 months instead of 25 months. That's also a win. But you have to no diarrhea, important point. 1 week serious diarrhea, of a one-time serious diarrhea is 1 week no growth. Yeah? So keep your calf healthy, and there is a direct relation between diarrhea and colostrum feeding. So if the colostrum feeding is not good, then it will be very difficult to have this high growing calves. So that's okay. Now after the milk period, then the calf should grow 800 to 1,000 grams per day, and we start at 13 months with. We can start already with the first insemination. So this is how I would like to see calf rearing, and of course it's very easy now here to say how it should do, but okay, think about it, what you can improve on your farm.
Go back to what will you say is the mostly problem? Is it in the milk period you see the biggest problem? If you're looking at an overview in the countries that you're working, is it is that the highest risk period that you get much more problem, or where, or is it in the?
Yeah, for me, it's I think many countries it's a dry cow feeding.
Yeah, okay.
Because the people say, okay, dry cows, they get the rest of the feed of the too low quality and too less vitamins and trace elements. That's the first thing we see. Still, many farmers do not have a good colostrum protocol, and sometimes you have to accept it when you have a family farm, and the cow is calving in the night and the farmer is in bed. Then I should give this colostrum. Now, many farmers don't do. They say, okay, next morning you're the first one, but not within an hour. And I can understand that. That's the way how it works on a family farm. So sometimes you have to accept that's the way. But if you do it, try to do it on the right way with this one. So I think here you can improve here and here. So I cannot say particularly that this is the biggest one. But I think as a farmer you should have a farmer knows when they see this, okay, where they can improve. Yeah. Young stock. So the calf is born of insemination. We start here. The calf's already, I think it's standard, minimum 380 kilo chest. And so the chest surrounding 170 centimeters. Avoid fat animals. So yeah, yes, you should be careful that the animals not become too fat. And then stress-free calving. Do the young animals already close to the milking cows so that they can see a little bit how it goes in the big barn. And then the first time calving, 23 months, 600 kilo. That's possible. Then you do it quite good. But the most important, the key is the milk period. That's for me the biggest risk of the young cows. Okay, we look to transition, and our cow is the modern cow is programmed to produce milk. That's what the cow wants. Milk. That's how we genetically made the cow. For me, there are two big focus areas, and also what you should be aware of. That's the calcium metabolism and the energy balance. And both are also related to each other. So when it goes wrong with the calcium metabolism, when the cow has milk fever or very heavily subclinical milk fever, then less calcium is a catalyst for the negative energy balance. So a cow with low in calcium, too low in calcium, have a very high risk on also become a ketose cow, and that's something we don't want, because a ketose cow is actually a cow which the fertility is very difficult, a big risk on infections. So and probably this cow will go to the slaughterhouse, and we cannot save that cow. Ooh, it's a nice one, yeah, but very important. I will explain what it is. The physiological aspects around calving, and we look to 3 things, or 4 things actually. We look to calgemia, so milk fever. We look to immunity, the resistance, immunity. We look to stress, oxidative stress. We look to inflammation, and we look to this is the negative energy balance, NEB. So actually we look to 5 things. This is calving. This is the moment of calving, 0. So the days before calving, and these are the days after calving. And this is the vertical line is the capacity of the venom at the dry period. So we say the percentage. For example, calcium should be 100%. Yeah. Immune should be 100%. Now, the energy balance should be in balance. It's a 0 line. So what we see around calving, the calcium drops down. You see that? It's a big calcium gap. But we also see that the immunity already 1 month before calving goes down. The immunity capacity of the cow. So this is the lowest level around calving, and then it goes up. Automatically, the infection level goes up. So when the immunity goes down, the infection level goes up. High risk. Oxidative stress also goes up. So these are all risk. And we see here, of course, the negative energy balance is very low, and then after 60 days it will be restored. So you see, a lot is going on around calving. Really, a lot is going on, and we should be aware of that. Yeah. So this cow is screaming, I need support. Yeah? I said already, this is a risk cow. Yeah? For me, all the cows, 2nd, 3rd lactation, they need support in calcium. So whatever you do, what kind of supplement you give, it is a big benefit for the cow if you help them with a calcium supplement, because each of these cows has a slow calcium phospho-metabolism. They also are low, most of them are low in vitamin D and lack of magnesium. So we did, I will show you later, we did trials with calcium supplements, and then you will see how it works, how positive it works. And that's also a relative, very cheap treatment, just preventive prophylactic supply calcium. Okay, cows and lactation. If you focus then on the milk production, now we've seen it already here. That this negative energy balance is a lot of fat mobilized. So each cow it's unavoidable that they are underfeeding. Each cow burns fat in the first 60 days. Because they cannot eat enough, because this cow wants to produce milk, therefore they need energy, they cannot eat enough, and then they burn fat. So, and actually what we should focus on, that we keep this underfeeding, this gap, as short and as low as possible. And how we can do that by stimulating to feed the cow, and that they to stimulate right after calving, that they start to eat and eat more, because the more they eat, the less fat they burn. Now this is a period of unavoidable and then it's compensated by increasing of overfeeding, and then the cow is restoring his body energy again. So the big question is, does this cow make it to the next lactation? And that's what we want. We want that the cow becomes pregnant again, that she is calving again and ready for the next lactation. But what is your opinion? Can we save this cow? I think it's a very nice cow. It's good legs, good udder, but it's a little bit skinny. What's the body condition score of this cow? What do you think?
Not good.
It's low, huh?
Yeah, really low.
It's one, maybe less. For me, this cow is on the edge. So maybe she's lucky that we can save her. But this is really for me the edge. When I see such cows, then you as a farmer, you have to think, okay, oh wow, that's not good. There are other cows like this, and this is a problem cow. Probably this cow won't be pregnant. The risk on infections is very high. So the risk on infections on the legs, on the udder. So that's something we really should avoid, and this cow will not make it to the next lactation. Okay. I told already to get energy in the cow. The rumen function is very important, and our focus is rumen stimulation. So keep the rumen going. So if the rumen is active, the rumen is strong. The rumen needs also calcium, because calcium of the rumen has a lot of muscles, and calcium is important for muscle contraction. So the rumen is important for feed intake, for rumination. We need this saliva, not bicarbonates. A healthy rumen produces 160-180 liters a day, and needs minimum 8 hours of rumination. Also, the rumen produces volatile fatty acids, such as propionates. These are the fatty acids which are very important. And then especially propionate is important in this case. And also the rumen is important for biotin production. Biotin is important for the hoof. What we see often when we see rumen acidosis, then we see two months later hoof problems, and that we see often, and that's because biotin production is too low. So keep the rumen going, and it's not easy, but as a farmer you have to think, what I can do to stimulate the rumen and to stimulate feed intake. That's the way you have to think. I will show you later on some test results we did with some of our products, and then you will see what the effect is on those. Here you see the rumen. I will not. For me, it's important that to show you this inside of the rumen. There's a difference in structure. This is then the rumen itself, and you see here healthy rumen material, and here you see also more dead papillae, and that's then a sign of that this cow had rumen acidosis. And rumen acidosis, this papillae can recover, but it takes a couple of weeks that the papillae recover and stay healthy. So also rumen acidosis has effect on milk production. And we see here also the color of the liver. Also the liver color is too whitish. Normally the color is more red. This is a little bit pale. It's too whitish. So that's also a sign of the fatty liver. So also this cow had probably ketosis, so that the liver function was not good anymore. Okay, to come almost to an end from this presentation, how to support our risk cows. I told already we can do something and preventive solutions. So act prophylactic. So reduce the risk on subclinical and clinical hypocalcemia, milk fever. Support with extra calcium phosphor. So for me, a very cheap treatment. Extra vitamin D and magnesium. And for me, a supplement like a bolus, a calcium bolus or a phosphor bolus, or you can also give another calcium supplement. It's very good prophylactic treatment. And especially when the cow has milk fever, we all see it because the cow goes down. But this one, the subclinical one, you do not see. The cow is there, the cow is eating, the cow is ruminating, but subclinical. So the cow can do much better. And because but in India we don't see it. But it's there, it's always there. Reduce the risk on ketosis. Again, subclinical. Ketosis, feed intake. Support feed intake. So keep the rumen going. And we know also that cows with a high body condition score, higher than 4, they are an extra risk for ketosis. And that has to do with that those cows have to burn extra fat, a lot of fat, and then they get the liver is not the liver cannot handle all those fat, and that's why the cow cannot deliver all the energy. Possibilities, what we have, the recover drink, Keto Duo bolus, calcium, again, calcium bolus, energy bolus. We will discuss those products later on. And stimulate a good lactation start of lactation. Extra trace elements, vitamins, more feed intake, more rumination. That's also a good one. And again, we see the calcium bolus. So for me, calcium supplement, it's a must on to support risk cows. And so from the second lactation on, make it prophylactic on all the farms. That is my advice. And you see these other supplements. So those are the things we should do, or we can do prophylactic. Of course, you should not do everything, but you should think, okay, what is on my farm the most effective? So always, think smart. Now, as the last slide, summary. Lifetime extension to keep along. With the focus on, I told you, calf rearing, it's already one lactation in my mind. It's +1. Because then the calving is earlier to save money, and then we look to the transition period, and we had on this metabolic diseases, the calcium, phosphor, the negative energy balance. And if you can control that, this transition disease, then you also can control other health, fertility, and lameness, because they are directly related to the immunity of the animals. How much energy the animal has. So these are related to transition periods, because the problems when it goes wrong, when you do the transition period good and good starts, there's less risk on mastitis, less risk that the cow is not become pregnant anymore, less risk on lameness, that you have infections on the legs. So, as a solution, it starts with awareness. If you don't believe it, then it's always there should be awareness. This is the way. It's related with that. You should understand why it is awareness. Genetically, also good. We did not discuss that, but also based on genetics, you can make already a good selection. Know the risk cows on the farm. And I told already, the high body condition score, the cows from the multi-partum, so from the second, third calving on, it's a risk cow. Start of lactation is always risk. And because you know the risk cows, you can, specific treatment, preventive treatments. So if you know this cow has an extra risk on ketosis, you can treat them already, preventively. A bolus treatment is a good solution, because if you give it as in the feed or in the TMR with the bolus, you put directly in the cow, and you know exactly, okay, this is the amount which they give to the cow, and high return on investments, and especially what I said with calcium, that's relatively a cheap treatment. Okay, that was my last slide on this. Oh no, this one, the take-home message. So before replacing her, then the farmer should think, how can I save it? What I should do, or could I do it? What I could do better to help this cow. So think smart. Okay. Thank you. The heifer said. I think we take a small break. Cup of coffee, and then we continue.
Kaffe och lite snask där ute.
Then we continue with part 2.